Fridays here on the show, we like to put the spotlight on the farm women's group CommonGround. CommonGround is a group of farm women who want to be a resource for consumers who want to know more about how their food is grown. In this segment, we talk with a volunteer from Springview about the dry edible bean harvest happening on her family farm.
Well, Nebraska is known for growing a number of crops, but dry edible beans is one of those you don't always think about. And joining me now with more on this is CommonGround volunteer Amy Johnson. You guys live in the Springview area, and you grow dry edible beans. You told me that you might be one of the furthest east farmers doing this.
We contract through Kelly Bean, and we are their furthest east field. West or on the east side part of Nebraska. So
very cool. Well, for those who don't know, what are dry edible beans?
Well, there's a variety that is actually grown in Nebraska, including kidney beans and navy, white, and black beans. But on our farm, we grow pinto beans and great white northern beans.
Why is your soil and the climate good for growing them?
Primarily, it's the climate where we live. Edible beans require a low humidity climate, and here in the sand hills, we have that lower humidity that allows us to grow those beans.
How are the beans harvested?
The bean is ready to plant or harvest before the plant actually is. So there's to get the fields ready, there's a process that we have to do. So we spray them and desiccate them, and that dries down the green stem and the leaf tissue, and that allows the entire plant to be dry enough to harvest. There's a method that's been used in the last 10 years, which is the process that we use, and it's called direct method. So we combine or cut those with our combine, and once they're gone through the combine, they'll go directly to the truck, and the trucks immediately go out to the processing plant in western Nebraska. The one thing about beans that I think are different than corn is that they are very fragile. So that direct method, skipping the grain cart like you would in corn, that allows the less handling, and they don't break up as fast or break up like that. So that's why they do that. They're very fragile, so that harvesting is a little bit different. We go extremely slow in the field.
So Amy, can we find dry edible beans from Nebraska in our grocery stores?
I went down my grocery store and I found Brown's Best, and it was right on front says Kelly Bean Company from Morrill, Nebraska. So those are high potential that a lot of the beans that you have in the grocery store are from Nebraska.
Thank you, Amy, for letting us know about dry edible beans. And you're coming back a little bit later with a recipe to share.
I am coming back. It's called Western Meal in One. It's out of my trusty cookbook, and I'm excited to share that with you guys.
Sounds good. Okay, we'll see you, Amy.